So on the 72 Porsche, you can see the two boxes that stick out on each side. The 72 Porsche actually has two batteries, and so next thing we're going to do is remove the main cabling for the battery. As you can see here, this positive terminal has two cables. One of the cables goes all the way back to the engine compartment, and the other one actually goes over to the passenger side by just following the outside edge of the fuel tank. Goes there, and then it actually, the other cable that goes to the engine is right down there in the corner. That's the actual positive lead that goes to the engine, but then it goes around and actually is tied in there to the positive cable for on the passenger side. Okay, so we're just going to go and we're going to unscrew the clamps here, remove the two cables, and remove the wiring. There's the other side of it right there, and it runs over past the throttle, accelerator throttle, and then down in there, and then the positive side of the battery terminal that goes to the back of the engine compartment, and the wiring harness that goes from the fuse block to the back of the engine compartment. It just goes alongside. It goes in right here where the accelerator is. It goes right in behind here. Goes inside the center console. And there's actually, I'm not going to be able to show you, but right here there's an actual like track that it goes into, a hollow like tube that follows alongside the whole back end or the center console here, and then it actually stops right about here, and then the wires are exposed again. Here's the battery cable, and down there is a wiring loom. So to right here, this is the throttle this is the speed cable, but you can see it coming through the back of the engine compartment right here. So we're gonna work on getting that removed next. I'm in the back of the engine compartment right now. Here's the two holes, the wiring harness. Wiring harness came out of here, and the battery cable came out of there. Here's the battery cable right here, and the wiring harness is laying here. I've just pulled it out. It actually is going around the rear axle. You can see the wires. There they are there, where there's you can see the hole back in the corner, and it actually comes up and over the axle. It's here, and it's comes up. The battery, the actual starter cable is just sitting right here, right next to the where the heater comes in, and then the wiring harness starts coming up above. So what I'm going to do is there's a zip tie here I'm going to cut off, and then of course these typical clamps that the Porsche has everywhere for holding in the wiring harness. Going to pull these clamps off. There's another one over there, and then I'm going to pull out the battery cable first, get that done. Okay, so there's the battery cable removed from the car. You can see the end here with the connection on it that goes to the starter when it went over the rear axle. Then it has the boot here that when it goes into the back of the engine compartment, and then when it goes through the center console all the way over to the front, that had the actual end on it with the where it hooks up to the battery.